Namaste, welcome back to my videos. Myself Rajasekhar, working as an assistant professor in Engineering College Bikaner, IT department. Actually, previous class we are discussing about files in C programming language, and then how we have to handle files. As studied already in previous lecture, we have discussed about how many types of files. Basically, we have mainly two types. First one is a text format file, and the second one is a binary format file. So in previous lecture we have discussed already about different operations in files, means creating file, opening file, closing file, read write operations, like that. So today I want to introduce about how to read and write a binary file. So previously we have done, if you want to do any file programming, we have to put one of the command, that is file space star ftpr. Okay, so just remember that thing, so it can start, the compiler can understand, okay, you are doing the file programming, means it can do the files. So reading and writing to binary file, here functions we have to use fread and fwrite if you are writing reading that binary files. But if you are doing any text files, that fprintf and fscanf. Okay, these are the differences only. Okay, fprintf, fscanf for text file, and fread and fwrite for a binary file. Next, writing a binary file. First, if you are writing a binary file, just please put this fwrite function. In these functions, we have some arguments, that is the address of the data, size of the data, number of such type of data, and pointers to be a file where you want to write, means the address location. Same like that here, fwrite of address data, means data means, if you are taking any variable, then you are giving values to that variable, that is address of data. For example, I am taking a variable, a number, here I can take ampersand number, that is address of data. Okay, just the size of the data, how much you are doing here, I mean how much elements, or how many elements you are doing. Next, numbers data, pointer to file, means where you are storing, where you want to uh, pointer. For example, you have already file in your computer, and directly we can store that the values into that file, like that. So remember this thing here. Next, let's see another example for this thing. Here I am taking a structure that is consist of three variables, n1, n2, and n3, that is in the format of integer data type. Here I am taking file star ftpr. I am opening a file. If the file is not consist, then it is showing an error. If it is have in your file program, just write number dot number in n, and number dot n2 is equal to 5 star n and 5 star n plus 1. So here I am giving this thing. So I am writing this thing into our file, fwrite ampersand and comma size of struct 3 num. So I am taking this thing, comma 1 comma ftpr. So here when you are opening the f close, you want to when you are opening that fptr, you have to close that fptr. So I am doing what is this program, what it will be written, means in this program we are creating a program dot bin thing. Okay, if it already exists, we are writing some data into that program dot bin data. What is the data you are writing? So here we declared already a structure here, that 3 num space num, with three numbers n1, n2, n3, and the definitive main function is a num. The three number we defined in the main function, it is a num. Okay, next, now inside for loop we are storing the values by using, we are storing the values, okay, in fwrite. By using for loop we are storing the values in fwrite up to 5 values. Okay, so size of the structure is depend on the 3 num. So since we are only inserting one instance of num, the third parameter is 1. Okay, here the third parameter is 1, and the last parameter is star ptr fptr, points the file we are storing the data, means here FPTR means this is the address of the file. Means what is this file here? FPTR here. This is the FPTR. Here FPTR is equal to program.bin. So what is the data you are writing here? It is storing into FPTR. That is the meaning. Storing into FPTR. So finally we are closing the file. So this is the way if you want to write any binary file in your program. So just here I am taking structure, but you can do directly without structure also. You can write. Okay. So next one is the how to read from a binary file. What is the data we have consist? Just we have the function fread. Fread is also takes four arguments similar to the fwrite function. That is fread of address data, size data, number data, comma pointer to a file. Same means this is address means what do you want to store into that variable, and the size of the data. Next numbers data, and it's a pointer to a file means what is the file, which file you are using, where you are storing, like that. Here example 4 is same I am doing, but here I am using fread function. Same fread function, just what is the data I have written previously, just I am writing same like here. Sorry, I am reading here. So what is the data I stored here? What is the num.n1, what is the num.n2, what is the num.n3? Just I am reading that file, previously existing file I am reading using same program. If you are if you have an idea about the previous program, then you can easily understand this program. Here just I am reading the file only. What is the data we can produce here? What are the values? Yeah, num.n1, num.n2, num.n3. Just we can read that values. So this is the program for implementing binary files. So just here we have to remember the format of fread and fwrite. Previously if you are doing any text file, you have to remember fprintf and fscanf. Okay, we will see another example for understanding the text file reading and writing. I will show an example. See here, one of the examples, we program to read a name and marks of n number of students and store them in a file. Here I want to write a program for an n number, means for example if you want to write the names of the students and with their respective marks, uh, up to 10 members, a choice over number of n number of students, then how we can take. So if you are thinking like that, m number of students, first you have to think about the logic. So what is the logic? First we know the format, so we have to take the character, I mean the string. What is the string? Already we know the string because of here we are entering the name. And the marks, we have to take the data type for marks, that is the integer. And the next one, what we have to do here, I am writing into a file. This is a text format file, so I have to insert the command file space star fptr. Next I have to open one file, otherwise I have to create that file. Next, after creating that file, I have to write some content into that file. But here I am writing up to 10 or 50 or 20 members to students data. So I have to use a for loop. That for loop consists number of students. First for loop, it will start from 1 to how many students you are writing, give the condition. So this is the way of writing program. Same here I am writing. So here I am taking the string for name of the student. Here I am taking the integer for marks. Okay, next, and the number of students for entering that. Printf, enter the number of students. How many students you can enter here? 10, choice yours. Next, here I am writing into file, so I have to write file space star ftpr. Next, I am opening this file. If the file is not exist, it is showing error. Okay, if file is containing, it can create automatically, otherwise. Next, I am going to 0 to I less than m, num. What is the num here? Here num means the number of students you entered. Here for example you entered 10 here, so I less than 10, correct. So I am entering here I plus 1 means this is the index, this is for index, don't confuse. Here name of the student, percentages, it is a format of the string. Okay, so percentage of string, if you are taking the name of the student, after you are entering the marks of the students. So here when you are using a text format, okay, just you have to use a fprintf. So in fprintf, what is your printing? Fptr means the fptr file comma name comma marks. In that fptr you are printing name and marks. Again you are repeating the loop. Up to how many times you have to repeat? Up to this condition is fails. Means for example, if you are entering here 10, so it can repeat the 10 numbers, I mean 10 times for this loop of the body. Means you can enter 10 student names and 10 members marks. So after completion of this only thing, you have to close that fptr. Okay, you have to close this fptr. Just after that directly you will get the output. I will show the output also. 1 minute. Let's see here when you are executing this program. Here I am just copy paste this program and executing. So here this output is, I will show output. Just enter the number of students. For example, I am entering number of students 5. So first it is asking enter the student number name. For example, I am giving A. Enter the marks. Enter the marks. For example, I am giving marks 4. Student number 2 is I am giving B, and for marks 5 I am giving. And the C name I am giving marks 5, and the D I am giving marks 6, and sorry, F I am giving marks 4. So finally you got the output like this. Here name A is equal to marks 4, name B is equal to marks 5, name C is equal to marks 5, so like this. So this is the file in your computer. It can store where it can store. Actually this is online compiler, so here it is storing the file actually here. Otherwise you will get, if you are doing direct in your computer like any program, you can also for example, if you are using turbo c++ or any other software installed in your program, then it can store automatically in your some particular file location. You can see that file directly in your program. But here I am used here online compiler, so it is showing this file. Your file consists like this data. So here this is other example for implementing writing into your text file. Okay, so guys, are you cleared about the files? So file means file is a container. It consists some data. So why we have to use the files? Because of we have to store your data when you programming data in your computer for future use. Otherwise if you want to share the files to your friends or other persons, you have to maintain this data. So for that purpose you have to write the programming into your files. So actually basically we have two types of files. First one is the text file and second one is the binary file. Then how we can read the text file and how we can read the binary file, how we can write the text file, how we can write the binary file. So we have different operations for performing those things. So we have learned these concepts. So this is very important. Maximum in your exam they will ask about what is I mean some programming some programmings like write a program for writing a file, text file, or reading a text file for some same like that. Some number of students they have name with marks, then write a program. They will ask like this. So just learn these concepts, then you will easily attempt in your exams. Thank you.